Angiography demonstrates a 95% stenosis of the left posterior tibial artery and a 90% stenosis of the left tibial peroneal trunk. Atherectomy followed by balloon angioplasty and stent placement is performed in the posterior tibial artery, with balloon angioplasty of the tibial peroneal trunk, restoring distal perfusion. How is this coded? A. 37,290, 37,281. B. 37,292. C. 37,292, 37,281. D. 37,294. A patient presents to the ED with complaints of nausea, stomach pain, and vomiting. The patient admits to heavily consuming cannabis on a regular basis. The provider documents a diagnosis of cannabis hyperemesis syndrome, cannabis abuse, and dehydration. What is the diagnosis coding? A. R11.10 B R11.16, F12.18 C R11.16, F12.18, E86.0 D R11.2, E86.0, R10.9. Angiography demonstrates a 100% occlusion of the left anterior tibial artery and a 95% stenosis of the left posterior tibial artery. Balloon angioplasty and stent placement are performed in the anterior tibial artery, followed by atherectomy with angioplasty and stent placement in the posterior tibial artery, restoring inline tibial flow. How is this coded? A. 37,285, 37,292. B. 37,286, 37,293. C. 37,292, 37,287. D. 37,294, 37,287. Per ICD-10 guidelines, how should a diagnosis documented as borderline be coded? A. It should only be coded as a confirmed diagnosis in an outpatient setting. B. It should be coded as a confirmed diagnosis unless there is a specific index entry for a borderline condition. C. It should not be coded. A query should be sent to the provider for clarification. D. It should only be coded as a confirmed diagnosis in an inpatient setting. Which of the following is HIPAA concern when using AI to handle healthcare records? A. Unauthorized data sharing by chatbots. B. Exposed PHI in non-compliant LLM. Unsecured third-party vendors. D. All of the above. What is the correct ICD-10 code for borderline osteoporosis? A. M80, B M87, C M85.8. D. Do not code unconfirmed diagnoses. Which of the following root operations describes altering the root or diameter of a tubular body part? A. Extirpation. B. Revision. C. Bypass. D. Fragmentation. Which state was the first to restructure how insurance companies can use AI in healthcare? A. California. B. Texas. C. New York. D. Massachusetts. When a claim line exceeds $99,999.99, what is the correct way to submit it? A. Submit the total amount on one line and include a note explaining the high charge. B. Round down the amount to $99,999.99 so the system can accept it. C. Split the charge into two or more lines or claims, keeping each below $99,999.99, and include remarks explaining the split. D. Submit a paper claim instead of an electronic claim. What type of system issue causes Medicare claims with charges over $99,999.99 to reject? A. A policy denial based on medical necessity. B. A front-end technical edit caused by system field size limitations. C. A pricing issue in the Outpatient Prospective Payment System DA National Correct Code Initiative edit. Angiography demonstrates a 99% stenosis of the left common femoral artery, a 99% stenosis of the left profunda femoral artery, and a 75% stenosis of the left superficial femoral artery. Balloon angioplasty and stent placement are performed in the left common femoral artery, with balloon angioplasty of the left profunda and superficial femoral arteries, restoring inline flow. How is this coded? A. 37,267, 37,264. B. 37,267, 37,264, 37,264. C. 37,267, 37,263, 37,264. D. 37,269, 37,264. Angiography demonstrates a single 100% chronic total occlusion extending from the left external iliac artery into the left common femoral artery, with distal reconstitution via collaterals. The lesion is successfully crossed and balloon angioplasty with stent placement is performed across the bridging CTO, restoring inline flow. How is this coded? A. 37,260. B. 37,260, 37,270. C. 37,269. D. 37,269, 37,270. Which AAPC training tool can help new coders remove their apprentice status? A. Member webinars. B. Hardship Fund. C. Codify dPracticode. Why might a claim for 0936T come back from Medicare with a denial saying the payer needs more information? A. The claim was not submitted with modifier GAR. B. The claim was not submitted with the paperwork segment and medical records sent to support the code build. C. The claim was not submitted with laterality modifiers. D. The code is not covered or payable by Medicare. How do you code photobiomodulation, 0936T, performed on a patient with early-stage dry AMD in the right eye and advanced-stage AMD in the left eye? A. 0936T50GA. B. 0936TRTGA, 0936TLTGYC, 0936TRTGA, 0936T Lieutenant D, 0936TGY. According to an ACASA survey, what percentage of hospitals and health systems that have automated parts of their RCM operations use some form of AI? A. 22. B. 46. C. 55. D. 74. True or false? Less than half of the colorectal cancers in the United States are attributable to potentially modifiable risk factors. A. True. B. False. Which statement is correct concerning selecting root operations for ICD-10 PCS coding? A. Always let an encoder program validate the code. B. It's the coder's responsibility to interpret the provider's documentation of the root operations definitions. C. There are 6 alphanumeric characters in a PCS code. D. A solid knowledge of anatomy and physiology is not needed to categorize ICD-10 PCS root operations. In what year was the first hand-washing protocol instituted in a medical clinic? A. 1826. B. 1847. C. 1852. D. 1861. What is the new breakdown of how CMS calculates PACE risk scores in 2026? A. 10% V28, 90% V22. B. 15% V28, 85% V22. C. 25% V28, 75% V22. D. 100% V22.